I tell people that I am a revolutionary and I'm fighting for liberation. And that's fighting for liberty, right? That's the ability to live in my full self with all of my rights and all things that are due to me without harming the next person. And I feel as if that is what freedom is for me. The Smile Trust, we are an international food and housing justice organization. We do food security work, housing security work, and we also have the Community Emergency Operations Center, which is the CEOC, where we actually do grassroots disaster relief and resiliency planning across the U.S. South and the Caribbean islands. We have been passing out smiles for a very, very long time.
The way Valencia shows up for her community is with passion and with boldness. A lot of people don't have love. A lot of people don't have people that actually care about the struggle that people face. And her passion and her love for people, it definitely exemplifies when she's going out to help anyone, especially when they're in a time of need.
We understand that our people are struggling, so we remove all of the red tape and make it a very low level of entry so that people can get resources to be able to support themselves, to sustain themselves, because we do believe in resiliency, and not just as it relates to climate justice, but everyday life, because we know that climate is a threat multiplier. So if you address the stressors that people are dealing with every day, when the shock hits, they'll be way more prepared for it. Miami is my home. My family is here. So, if I don't do my work correctly, then my family is impacted. So therefore, I am continuously showing up for the work because I know and understand that the impact of us not doing the work can be even worse.
The freedom to thrive to me, it means everybody has the same opportunity. It doesn't mean that nobody is shunned, nobody is excluded. All of us have the same opportunity. That's what I strive for. That's the freedom that I want. We are a statewide membership organization, and what we do is ensure that the banks reinvest in the community per the Community Reinvestment Act of 1977. That law requires that the banks reinvest into the community, and particularly low to moderate income communities, in several different areas. And that includes the social services, affordable housing, small business loans, mortgages, and philanthropy. So our organization helps them put that together.
I think that one of the things about him that is really kind of one of his guiding principles that a lot of people may not realize is that he really does live by that idea of kind of the principles of fairness and honesty and equal access. He really does not only talk about them and not only work about them, but actually lives it.
I was in the Army for 24 years, and when I retired and came home, I knew nothing about nonprofits. I didn't know all the great work that they do out here in the community and how they impact society and all the things that they provide. So we have to keep that going. The only way that we're going to be able to help to lift any community up is that reinvestment back into that community. Helping those organizations who are helping the community strive and be successful, that's what keeps me motivated.
Telling your own story is the only way that the story should be told. Too often, the story of the Black community is told by others who hear about it and from their perspective interpret it. But when you use the primary sources from the people themselves, primary sources that have been created from experiences and circumstances, you get the picture of what the community was like.
Everything about Dorothy that I know makes her special, but when this program has to do with her, that she's most famous for having started the Black Archives Foundation. Never in my wildest imagination, even though I was editor of the African American newspaper, didn't know the extent to which she went in order to make that possible. The impression I have of her as I met her over the years fundamentally changed, and the respect, there is no more superlative than the one that I have for her.
It's been a journey. I'm so excited about the primary sources that we have collected, the students' books from Marvin Dunn and others have come from the content at the Black Archives. And so it is exciting for me to see that the work that I started continues.
You know, there's freedom from hunger, freedom from poverty. There's another freedom, which is a freedom that comes from having a vision. And that vision has to be based on a background. And what I want people to understand when they think about Dorothy Fields is that that vision is there now because there's a background that you can draw on. Here is where we were, and that is where we want to go. And the inspiration that it creates and the pride that it creates is something unique.
I want people to be more active in understanding that their history is important. Too often we are so involved with the present that we don't look towards the future. We don't understand that what we're doing now will be history. It is history. And so it's important that people document your history so that it can be shared. I believe that in knowing your history will make us free.